Hey, what is up, guys? Today is my 500th video on YouTube. Very exciting. Um, I started making this in 2012. First video I ever made, introduction to Owen Finch. I made it on April 4th, 2012. Um, and it was the first video I ever made 2 days after WrestleMania. And I definitely have gotten better at this. I think I've improved. Um, and yeah, I think it's awesome. Um, I'm not really going to give any thank yous. I usually write all my subscribers down, and I usually give you guys a thank you and let you know that I appreciate you subscribing to me. But I'm not going to do that this time. Mainly the reason why is I've come to realize that I don't really need to shoot any thank yous. Um, I appreciate everybody that subscribes or at least just watches the videos. Um, I don't really, like, I know it's gonna, but I think if I just threw out names, it's gonna leave people out that do watch the videos. But I appreciate everyone that has taken the time to subscribe. I appreciate everyone that's watched my videos. I appreciate people that have come up to me and talked to me and told me that they watch the videos and they like what they see. I appreciate even if you give an honest opinion saying that it sucked. And that it wasn't good, at least I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate you giving me suggestions of what to do to make myself better on YouTube. I appreciate that. And I'm going to continue, to do this. I'm going to continue to upgrade. I definitely think I could get better at this. And I definitely think I could probably get more subscribers, but it's never really been about that for me. It's really been about just making this because I like making this video. If I still have this many subscribers as I do, not as many people watching the videos as I do, I probably wouldn't do. I really would still be doing this. I actually botched. I probably would still be doing this. I'd make these videos because I like making these videos. I don't really care if I get any subscribers. I just make this because I like making videos. It gets me talking, gives me something to do. So I really like doing this, and I appreciate everyone that's watched the videos and subscribed, and I appreciate everyone that's talked to me about it. Now let's get to the topic. I usually have a topic every video. I originally had a different topic, but things didn't go the way I wanted them to, so I have to come up with a new topic. The second video I ever made, if you've seen it, I made a video, and it's called. Actually, I'm gonna read the name of the video for you because I actually just watched it now. It's called. I don't know why my phone chooses to be slow right now. At any time. It's called. I know what it's called. It's called W. It's called like. No, I'll get the. I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this going. This is called. It was called Top 10 Favorite Superstars that work for the WWE in my mind. It was my top 10 favorite superstars that have worked in the WWE in my mind. I'm gonna play that video for you right now. Here it is. So why don't you check it out? And here it is.
Hey guys, this is Owen Finch here. Now, for those of you that it's the first time watching me, I want you to click the subscription box. I don't know where it is, so subscribe to me if this is the first time watching me. And if it also is your first time watching me, give this video the thumbs up. Alright, so today what I'm going to be talking about is my top 10 favorite wrestlers that actually work for the company. So there's going to be like there's going to be people that actually work for the company. So, the first person we have here, my number one, I'm gonna go from 10 to 1. So number 10 is Kofi Kingston. Now the reason I like Kofi Kingston is that in the ring he's a very good competitor. He knows how to, he at least tries to get you entertained in his matches. He will, and sometimes he's very charismatic. Like when he had the, sorry, it's my dog. When we had the Tyson Kidd match on SmackDown on the Christmas special, he was he put the weight. I remember he put the reindeer nose. What and oh yeah, I remember this now. Michael Cole really had to wear like a reindeer suit and took the well, Rudolph took the red nose off, and then Kofi Kingston put it on, and he did a high cross body to Tyson Kidd. I mean, he knows how to entertain you. But he also is a very good competitor, you know what I mean? He doesn't know how to have his moments in the ring. Like if you go back to his days with Orton, you would see that. And by the way, Randy Orton kind of screwed him too. And my number 9 is Sheamus. Now he actually has pretty good ring work. I like it when he like traps the guy in the ropes and he like corners him and he goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then he pauses for a second. There's 10. And I also have, and sometimes he makes me laugh when he talks about Mike, like when he said oh man, sorry. When he also like when he used to tell those like tall tales about like when he was feuding with Mark Henry, and I'm gonna put the link in the description box so you guys will believe me. And I also said that he shocked me sometimes. Like when he won the Royal Rumble, I did not expect him to win the Royal Rumble this year. I expected it to be Chris Jericho or something. By the way, actually, I forgot to tell you that I'm the Wrestling Fortune Champion. Yep. Alright, anyways. And, the next one, let's get to the next one. Number 8 is Zack Ryder. Now, the reason I like Zack Ryder, and he makes you believe in yourself. He looks like it's like a kid who was doing nothing in the WWE. So like a kid who's like probably like the biggest talked about superstar in the world right now. The thing I don't like about him, the thing, but and he also made himself a star, like I said, with the YouTube account. Like he knew he was gonna get fired if he had made that YouTube account, so he made it. And then look at this, he's now a former United States champion, and he's probably the most talked about superstar pretty much ever. Now, for number 7, I have Chris Jericho. Now, the reason I like Chris Jericho is that he's all great at promos. Like when he has like "I'm the best in the world," like you don't wanna listen to it, but at the same time you kind of want to listen to it. And he also is good. He knows how to like he can make any championship look good. Like Chris Jericho is like so gifted in the ring. He can make any title look good. He can make the obviously world title look good, the WWE Championship look good. He can make the European Championship look good, the Cruiserweight Championship look good, the United States Championship, Intercontinental, Hardcore, you name it, he can make that title look good. I think if he ever went to TNA, he could make that company maybe a little better, not as much though as I is doing now. But I will admit that TNA is at least better than NXT. By the way, I don't watch NXT or Superstars. That's why you didn't see a review for that. And I also would like I said, he's a tremendous ring competitor. So I pretty much just summed that up. And it can be funny when he's faced, like when he oh, I remember that. He was like backstage with Stephanie McMahon. And he's like, how are you gonna be? 30, 40, 70 or something like that. Then he's like, and then Stephanie McMahon goes, I'm gonna be 25. And he's like, we're gonna have a big birthday bash. We're gonna bring cake, decorations, balloons. Oh, well, you already got that covered, sweet cheeks. And he also, when he's like, he had those like guys in the ape costumes, and he like had him throw pie in Stephanie's face. Oh man, that was like he knows. And when he's here too, sometimes like when he's like pipe bomb, like that kind of made me laugh because he knocked CM Punk. But you know, I mean, he's more funny as a face, though. That's why I like him better as a face. I wish I watched him more. And now next is Rey Mysterio. Now Rey Mysterio, the moves that guy can do makes me jump out of my seat sometimes. Like Sin Cara is pretty good, but like Rey Mysterio is like what pretty much made Sin Cara. I think Mysterio, for us for Rey Mysterio, we wouldn't really like these guys wouldn't get opportunities. Like he's the only I think he's the only cruiserweight that's been cruiserweight champ. Actually, well, Chris Jericho doesn't really count. You know what I mean? But he's the only cruiserweight that's been cruiserweight champion that went on to become a world champion. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But also I put that he's good at making people like into main eventers. Like when Alberto Del Rio first came into the scene, he beat Rey Mysterio, and then R-Truth over the limit. He beat him in 2010. No, it was 2011. And then he goes on and has like a WWE Championship match with John Cena. And who else is he good at beat? He actually kind of made. Morrison in a main event in a way. Like when well, he got suspended, but like he still made him at least look good. And who else did he make a main event? Oh, but Del Rio. Okay, Del Rio. The Miz. Well, actually, not really The Miz. Well, sometimes. Let's see. Let's think. He also made JBL make. No, actually, JBL was not right. Well, you made King Booker world champion. Like you chose to put King Booker over. You actually kind of made Chavo main event in a way too when he was having that feud with them in 2006. Now, he needs to up his mic skills sometimes though. Like he always like, I don't know, like sometimes he's bad on the mic. Sometimes he's good though, but he needs to up it up a little bit more. Now the next one, number 5. This is number 5, by the way. Number 5 is Kane. Now he actually kind of really got me into WWE. You're gonna see why he's not on the number 1. But he was really like when I first saw Kane, I saw like this explosion of fire. I'm like, this guy can walk through fire. Like I was in 4th grade, and I thought strange things. I used to think it was real, and I didn't really watch it much in 4th grade either. So, and like now that he has this mask though, like it's like sometimes like it's like wow. But sometimes the reason why he's on this list, number 5, is sometimes the WWE can make Kane look weak. Like well, it's funny, but like it makes him look weak. Like when he did the Santino thing, that made him look weak. And when he went Saka, that made him look weak. And when he that's really about it. But like and when he had that little Mark Henry thing, he actually sounded like a human Kane, human Glenn Jacobs. But I hope not they don't do that with this mask. I actually hope they keep the mask on him until probably like his career's over. And by the way, I actually like what they're doing with the Randy Orton Kane feud, by the way. But next one, The Rock. In my mind, this guy deserves to be number 4. You're gonna see why he's not number like 2 or 1. This guy, he entertained me on the mic. He entertained me. Like when he came back and called John Cena Foodie Pebbles, I'm like, did he really just say that? And when he was like trashes Michael Cole, and I go back and watch it, promos, it's just good. Like if Cena had been himself in real life, I bet The Rock could have owned Cena on the mic. But that's just me talking though. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are. And I also his moves though are a little sloppy. Oh yeah. For those of you that don't watch wrestling, I should probably call him Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. For those of you who are watching me don't watch wrestling. But his moves sometimes, like lately, his moves have been sloppy. Like if you go back and watch the end of WrestleMania 28, it was a good match. Just Cena got pinned off a botch. Yeah, he got pinned off a botch. Like, just go back and, like, I'm gonna try to find that botch, and when I find that botch, I'm gonna put that up there for you guys. And, but he can still hold, but he still holds good matches. Just like, I know everyone's gonna botch, but, like, he pinned Cena off it, though. Ooh, it's a boo-boo. Anyways, CM Punk. Okay, CM Punk number 3. Now this guy, I think, deserves to be at number 3. This guy, like number 3. All right. He has great mic skills. Like when he cut that promo, well, actually not even before then. Even when he was in, let me think. Even when he was in the Straight Edge Society, he'd like want to try to get you into him. Like even though, like even when he was in his Jobber stage, like I actually, and when he left commentary to when feuded with John Cena, I legit thought he hated John Cena because of what he said. And when he did that Money in the Bank, like maybe I'll leave this company after Vince. No wait, maybe this company will get better after Vince McMahon's dead. And it's great in win work, like him and Jericho are the perfect people right now. And I'm glad the feud's still continuing. I think and by the way, you guys are gonna get Extreme Rules predictions the day before Extreme Rules, and his in-win skills. Wow, good in-win skills. This guy is like wow, and he knows how to question if he's gonna win or not. Like when I wasn't sure if he was gonna win at Mania or not. People were saying it was gonna be Battle Build-Up Jericho one, but I think now I think Punk deserved to win. Because the rivalry could still continue, as you saw on Raw on Monday, obviously. But, the thing, actually, wait, please don't overlook this guy, though. The difference between Chris Jericho and CM Punk when they were champions, the Rock and Hogan overlooked them. Punk is actually trying to make you focus on the WWE Championship. He's actually trying. I don't think Jericho really tried that much. And now the number 2, The Undertaker. And you guys are gonna hear why. He's so mysterious. Like, I remember Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson in TNA, if you wanted to speak, for any TNA fans out there. Wow. He was in the ring talking, and then Undertaker comes down, and then he runs away. And then Mr. Kennedy all of a sudden sees like this red stuff for his arm. It's like blood. And then he does the same thing with Kennedy again, though, but except this time he's in like a hearse of a car. And Undertaker, sometimes like he'll play mind games, like it's so good. And he knows how to hold a good match, like WrestleMania matches and like anything. It could be anything he does. And sometimes he knows how to cut good promos, but sometimes he doesn't. But I just had something else. I just wanted something else to put there. Number 1, and you guys are gonna hate me for this. You guys are gonna hate me. John Cena. And I like John Cena because he has the passion for the business. I truly, honestly think he likes to work for the WWE. And he does. I think, in my mind, he does more stuff outside the WWE than anybody else does. That's just my mind. I don't know about you guys. So I'm gonna go, another 14 minutes, not bad. So, what I'd like you guys to do is I'm gonna put my, Facebook thing under there, my Twitter, and I want you to follow me and add me as a friend. And, subscribe to me if, you haven't subscribed to me yet, because I'm one of the greatest champions in the world. And that's about it, guys. So, SmackDown review coming up tomorrow. Peace out.
Now, as you saw in that video, it was not good. It sucked. I did not make a good video. Gotta cut me a break kinda because it was my second video. And I was still relatively new to making the YouTube videos. And in that list, I threw some mentions in there. I'm gonna name the wrestlers right now. I said that number 10 was Kofi Kingston. Number 9 was Sheamus. Number 8 was Zack Ryder. Number 7 was Chris Jericho. Number 6 was Rey Mysterio. Number 5 was Kane. I think number 4 was supposed to be Triple H, but I accidentally skipped number 4. I actually had it on the paper and I read it too far ahead, so I accidentally skipped it. Number 3 was The Rock. No, I think number 6 was Triple H and number 5 was Kane. No, I don't remember. I don't have the paper. Number 3 was The Rock, though. Was CM Punk. Number 2 was Undertaker, and number 1 was John Cena. See, I have them all mixed up now, but that's, I think, how it was. And I said some really strange stuff on that video. The Kofi Kingston thing. I talked about how he had a match with Tyson Kidd. And I think I talked about how it was a good match. That was not a good match. It sucked. It was that SmackDown Christmas show they did in 2011. That was not a good show. They had a lot of bad stuff on it. And why the hell I said that was a good show, I don't know. But yeah, Kofi Kingston versus Tyson Kidd. And then you had Kofi Kingston put in the reindeer nose, and I hyped it like it was good. But yeah, I do like Kofi Kingston, though. He does have that charisma. I might have overrated Kofi Kingston, though. Number 9, Sheamus. Talked about how I liked his promos. No. His promos are awful. They can be good, but they don't give him the opportunity to give a good promo. And I remember I described his clubs when he would take the opponent in the corner and club him in the chest. I just explained it like I was actually doing it. And actually in the video, throughout half of it, I'm like this. You can't really even see my whole face. You just like see my eyes like this. So that was bad. And then number 8 was Zack Ryder. I don't know why I scaled Zack Ryder higher. I guess I really enjoyed Zack Ryder back then. And then I honestly thought Zack Ryder, though, was going to be big. I thought he'd be something now. He was going to be like a mid-card champion. I never thought he would be in the main event, but he was getting that fan base, and WWE ruined that. And then we had Chris Jericho. Everything I said about Chris Jericho, I meant. So I really don't have any complaints there. Rey Mysterio. This one was when it got hilarious. I was talking about Rey Mysterio and how he made main eventers. And I talked about how he made R-Truth a main eventer. How he made R-Truth a main eventer. Because he had beaten him at the pay-per-view and then got a title shot. Yeah, no. He was not. R-Truth was not a main eventer. If anything, R-Truth was low on the card still. R-Truth was bad. I think R-Truth was getting over it. He probably wasn't in the main event status yet. He was just in the main spot of the show. He was in the main storyline, but he wasn't in the main eventer, no. Who else did I say he made a main eventer, though? I said he made, trying to remember. Because I watched the video 3 hours ago, and I think I said that he did make Ed Chavo Guerrero a main eventer. That is true, temporarily, and then they used him like a joke. But he did. Rey Mysterio did make some main eventers. He really can't cut promos, though. I honestly have to be honest about that. Then number 6, I think, was supposed to be Triple H, but I skipped it. And yeah, just check out my videos on the CM Brothers channel. I talk about Triple H when I'm talking positive about him. I do like Triple H. Number 5 was Kane. I always liked Kane. I like whether he was heel or face, even when I didn't like heels. When I was getting into wrestling, you always hated the bad guys. I always liked Kane, whether he was good or bad. I always felt like Kane was the same to me. I just like Kane. I like his pyro that he does. I like Kane because they make him look destructive, but I like him when they make him look like a comedy Kane. Yeah, I like him when they make him look comedy sometimes. Like, I like him when they did this stuff with Daniel Bryan when he was with Team Hell No. I did like some of the stuff. I liked it when It was him, The Rock, and Hulk Hogan backstage, and he was like kind of mocking them, doing their catchphrases. Check that video out. I did like the stuff that he did with Goldust when he talked about um, how he had sex with a dead body, and then Goldust raised his hand. That was awesome. And then Kane when he went Saka. So I do like Kane. I always have. I think I always will like Kane. And not many people like Kane. They're not his favorite, but Kane, I always liked Kane. I kind of like his in-win work. He's been there a while too, so I do like Kane. Number 4, I think was supposed to be The Rock. Because he was currently signed with the WWE. I don't know if he still is. Everything I said about The Rock was true. He is charismatic. I don't know what I was talking about when he was he does cut great promos, and he did, yeah. So I do like The Rock. Um, CM Punk. Everything I said about him was true. I don't know why I said dead when I was talking about his pipe bomb promo and Vince McMahon. When he was like when I went dead. I don't know why I did that. It was just something weird I did. But everything is true. And how I talked about how I didn't really like John Cena when he was on commentary. I don't remember him being on commentary when he didn't like John Cena, so I didn't get that. And then number 2 was The Undertaker. I like the mystique of The Undertaker. I talked about when Mr. Kennedy was in WWE and he did the mind games thing. I like his mind games. Everything I said about that was true. I still feel the same way. But yeah, I have a little bit more. It's definitely improved. I do like his matches. He delivers great matches. He has an awesome entrance. He just has that mystique character. And then number 1 I said was John Cena. I don't know why I said John Cena. Um, I honestly don't. Um, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. John Cena, wow. Um, and I talked about how he was passionate for the business, and I didn't really have another reason afterwards. I don't think how he did a lot for the charity, but I didn't really come up with a big reason why I liked John Cena. I just said John Cena. So that was odd. Um, those were the top 10 guys I said. Um, that video was bad, and I was like, I gotta make a redo video of that. I gotta do it. I should do it at some time. But I was like, that I really don't want to say this video. But you know what? I'm gonna make kind of a redo video about this now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another video. This video is gonna be called my top 10 favorite guys in the WWE today. The title was even bad, by the way. Um, and I made a list, and I'm gonna go through each guy. And this guy would be some of the guys would be higher, if the WWE had used them properly. And I'm only doing WWE, by the way, because I've watched WWE the longest, and that's the main one I watch. I don't watch much of TNA, and they don't really have a lot of guys anymore. So yeah, I was gonna do everyone in wrestling, but I don't watch every wrestling company. I mainly just watch WWE, so I figured I'd just do WWE. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start off like I did in the other video you just saw, from number 10 and go up from 1. And this time I will not miss any. This time I got this phone. I don't know why I missed them. I just did. Um, number 10. Oh, see, this time I have it from number 10 on the top this time. Dean Ambrose. I like Dean Ambrose. I like this work in the Shield. I hear he did some good stuff in FCW, and he was in TNA at one point, and he did some good stuff on the Indies. But I only seen him really like in the main roster. I like his in-win work. He has awesome matches. He was really the first one of the Shield to have a legit one-on-one match. He had a great match with pretty decent match with the Undertaker. A good match with Kane. I thought that was good. He had good matches with Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler. I like his mic work, and right now what I like about him is he's playing this crazy gimmick. How he's crazy. How I think it's weird that they're doing that with a lot of the superstars today, like the AJ Lees. He was crazy for a while. Alicia Fox, Bray Wyatt's crazy. The whole Wyatt family, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. All of them are crazy. But yeah, Dean Ambrose is playing this role like he's in a street jacket, like he's out of control. I noticed I think he accidentally dropped the pen when they did the contract signing at the time when it was the Shield, which is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, and Evolution, which is Batista, Triple H, and Randy Orton. At one point, Ric Flair was in that group, and he accidentally dropped the pen, and it seems like that they're kind of using that now. Well, he just dropped stuff like a Raw. He just dropped the mic, and then he would pick it back up, and then a few weeks ago when Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose attacked 3MB, which at one point consisted of Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, and Heath Slater. Um, that and he dropped the mic and then he picked it up and gave it to Roman Reigns. It seems like he's playing that crazy gimmick now. He's really utilizing it, and he's just on fire. I like Dean Ambrose. I think he has a lot of potential in the company. I think he could be a future mid card guy, a future main eventer. And maybe we'll see about that. Let's see. So let's get on with my next guy. Number 9, Dolph Ziggler. Like Dolph Ziggler. He has awesome. The first time I ever saw him was he was in the Spirit Squad. I went did some searching online. And hold on, I gotta answer this real quick. You could probably just heard my Facebook thing go off my tablet. I'm just gonna text my buddy real quick. Anyhow, I was talking about Dolph Ziggler, and he was in the Spirit Squad, which consisted of a bunch of guys like Kenny Dykstra, Mitch, Johnny, bunch of joke guys, and that group was a joke. Dolph Ziggler's always got like the awful treatment, and then they finally moved him to Dolph Ziggler. He was introducing him to himself to guys backstage. I didn't know what they were doing with him, and then he had a match with Batista. His first match on Raw against Batista. And at first I thought he was gonna get squashed, knowing how the WWE was booking Batista, and he actually held a match with Batista. He actually took the Batista to the limit. And he did good. They were kind of squashing him a bit, though, in this debut. But I think once the best move that they had done was putting him on SmackDown and having him build himself up there by having him call out the Great Khali for an open challenge and him beating the Great Khali at the Great American Bash, or the Bash that it was called. And then he became the number 1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship, went against Rey Mysterio, and I think he was supposed to win the Intercontinental Championship from Mysterio at some point, but then he ended up getting suspended, so they took the title off him and gave John Morrison, I guess, his spot. I don't know why they couldn't just throw Ziggler in like a match on SmackDown, but and then they moved him up again, and I was starting to become a fan. They just kind of didn't really. He was floundering actually. He was being thrown around, so and I really wanted Dolph Ziggler to get like this big break. And then about the time when he got put with Vicky Guerrero, and she was the SmackDown like consultant or something for Teddy Long when he was the GM, and I knew that Dolph Ziggler was going to get used because he had the power behind him, and he went on. Kofi Kingston was the Intercontinental Champion, feuded with him. I kind of talked about this too in the career of Dolph Ziggler, so it's kind of a repeat. But he moved on. I was becoming a fan of his. I was happy once he finally won the Intercontinental title. And then he was stuck in that Kofi Kingston feud, but it kind of worked his way up. They all good matches. There's just too many matches. And then he lost the title. And then he became the number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. He beat Big Show, Cody Rhodes, who was the dashing Cody Rhodes gimmick at the time, and Drew McIntyre. in a fatal 4-way #1 contenders match. Vicky Guerrero had put him in. That was the night he lost the title, and he became the #1 contender to face Edge for his world title. He lost, but I don't really think he was necessarily supposed to win. I think this was just used to test him out in the main event scene, and I thought that was fine. And then he ended up. I'm not happy about this. He did end up becoming the new champion. Edge was, I guess, Vicky Guerrero had made the spear illegal, so Edge couldn't use the spear. So in one of the world title matches that he had, Edge ended up beating him by the spear. So Vicky Guerrero stripped him of the world title. And Teddy Long was out of action, so she was the GM at the time. And Dolph Ziggler ended up becoming the new champion. And they had this big celebration for him, and it was ruined. They had him lose the title that night. He held it for only 11 minutes, and it was just a joke world championship reign. And afterwards, he was off SmackDown. He was flaunting around before WrestleMania 27. Put in some stupid match that he shouldn't have been in. I find when they put Dolph that he could shine at WrestleMania, but they don't give him the opportunity to. They put him in that 12-man tag John Laurinaitis match. They put him in the WWE Tag Team Championship match last year, and this year I guess he kind of shined. He was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, but I think he could have done something in there. But then he ended up becoming the U.S. champion. He beat Colt, which is the United States champion. You should know because if you're from the United States. And we got that Kofi Kingston feud again. And then he started feuding with Zack Ryder. He kind of helped, I think, push Zack Ryder to the next level. Got some good matches out of him. And then he went on to feud with CM Punk for the WWE title. And I thought he did a good job in that. And then he got put in this tag team with Jack Swagger. It's weird. Anytime somebody is paired up with Jack Swagger, Jack Swagger's like the anchor holding that person down. Because Jack Swagger could have been something. No, Dolph Ziggler could have been something. Like by 2012, early 2012. But Jack Swagger was holding him down. He didn't break him off. So I think, and the same thing happened with Cesaro this year. For the past year, Cesaro could have been. I like the Real Americans as a tag team, but I think Jack Swagger. We wanted Cesaro to get that push, but Jack Swagger was that anchor holding him down. But then Dolph Ziggler won Money in the Bank. Good for him. It was long deserved. He held it for a while. There were times when they didn't build him up, I think, as thought as they could, but they did push him a little bit. They had him beat Chris Jericho. They had him captain a Survivor Series team and beat Randy Orton, which was a big deal. And then they had him beat John Cena at TLC. But then he lost to Cena, lost all his steam. Then he was in that tag title feud. I think the time that they should have had him cashing in was the Slammy Awards, when Big Show was laid out by Sheamus, but then Cena came out and interfered, which I was pissed about. But then he cashed in the night after WrestleMania and became the new champion. And he finally got the title. I thought he was going to have this long title run. But then Jack Swagger, like I talked about earlier today, Jack Swagger gave him a concussion. He did the same thing to Bad News Barrett, last night. And which I will see on SmackDown. He threw Bad News Barrett into the barricade. So like I said, go to Twitter and type in hashtag WWE Fire Jack Swagger at Owen the Birdman. I do not want Jack Swagger in the company anymore. He's injured too many superstars. He just sucks. I do not like Jack Swagger. DUIs, sometimes he's stiff. He's injured two of these guys, and you really wanted to do something with these guys, but then you can't. But then the WWE took the punishment on Dolph Ziggler. I guess they punished Dolph Ziggler because they wanted to give him that push, and he got injured. So they don't have any intentions of pushing Dolph Ziggler ever again, which is sad. And then Dolph Ziggler ended up just floundering around right now. He'll win every now and then, but most of the time he loses. He's like a jobber kind of, which is sad. I hope they can. I mean, I guess he wins. I mean, he has good matches now, but they don't utilize Dolph Ziggler that much. I think Dolph Ziggler could be a top guy, but it's Jack Swagger's fault and the WWE's fault. So that's why Dolph Ziggler's normally number 9. I really do like Dolph Ziggler, but it's the way the company and Jack Swagger um, led his career. So that's all I have to say about that. The next guy is Seth Rollins. Um, Same thing. I met him in the Shield, but I know he was the first ever NXT champion. And I think I saw him wrestle Michael McGillicuddy, who is now known as Curtis Axel, once, and it was a good match. And he ended up becoming in the Shield. I know also that he's known as Tyler Black on the Indies. What does it mean? It stands for independent companies. That's where you go before you go up to the main companies like WWE and TNA. And then same thing in the Shield. I was a big fan of his. I always thought Seth Rollins, though, would not go as far as like Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose would. But he ended up he's succeeded. He's held good matches, good 6-man tags. I think the time I really became a Seth Rollins fan was early this year, when the Shield turned face. He does all these dives. He can cock on the mic, just tells a story when he wrestles. And I really liked Seth Rollins. And now he's the heel with the Authority. I think that's good for him. I like Seth Rollins. I think that he should succeed. I think he should be a mid-card guy. Maybe win Money in the Bank this Sunday. And also could possibly cash it in and become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, now he's got the Authority on the side. You should build off this, and yeah, now he's got a good feud with Dean Ambrose right now, so I think this should be good. Let's get to the next guy. So that was number 8. Number 7's Bad News Barrett. I first saw him in NXT. I know he was in FCW before. I remember he was on commentary before. But the first time I saw him was on this first season of NXT. He had Chris Jericho as a pro. And awesome mic skills. I thought he has awesome mic skills. First match he had was a 5-minute match with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan had already been injured from when he wrestled Chris Jericho the week before in an amazing match. And then he won NXT. He won it. He went on to win NXT, became the first ever guy to win NXT, and then he became the leader of the Nexus, which consisted of Daniel Bryan, Darren Young, David Otunga, Michael Tarver, Skip Sheffield, who is known today as Ryback, obviously Wade Barrett, so I'm going to count him just so you know. Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel. He went on to do that, and it was working for a while. And then John Cena ruined it. They should have won. The Nexus team should have beaten Team WWE's team. The Team WWE team consisted of John Cena, Edge, Chris Jericho, Bret Hart, Daniel Bryan, because he had gotten fired and he ended up becoming on the WWE side. So Daniel Bryan, I think Chris Jericho, I don't know if I said him. John Cena, Edge, Chris Jericho, Bret Hart, Daniel Bryan, R-Truth, and John Morrison. And they should have won there, but they didn't win. And then he got his title shot, and now you're champions, because if you win NXT, you get a title shot of any championship of your choice. And he got his title shot, and he lost that. Then he beat John Cena Hell in a Cell. I thought that was good. They had John Cena join the Nexus, because if he had lost, the Nexus would disband. They didn't do anything with that. I think they could have made Wade Barrett kind of a star cast there. I mean, there was like a way to make him look like a star, but John Cena never wore the Nexus gear. Just came out in his shirt, and it was just all dumb. So then they had the opportunity to put the title on him at Survivor Series. But they didn't do that either. It was like a free or fire match. If Wade Barrett had won the WWE Championship, um, he would have John Cena would have been free from Nexus, and if Randy Orton obviously retained, John Cena would be fired. Um, and John Cena didn't do it. You could have turned John Cena heel, had him join the Nexus anyways, and be a heel with Wade Barrett, who's now known as today as Bad News Barrett. And you didn't do that. You could have just had Wade Barrett just flat out win, and John Cena doesn't turn heel at all, attacks him afterwards. And then you set up like a triple threat match with Wade Barrett, John Cena, and Randy Orton. You didn't do that either. You just had Orton win, and a mediocre match. So I didn't really like that. And then you lost to John Cena in a chairs match. Went nowhere. Looked like crap. Got buried in chairs. Came back. Got kicked out of the Nexus because CM Punk had kicked him out because if he had lost a cage match, he got kicked out. CM Punk would take it over. So I was afraid Wade Barrett was going to start jobbing, but he didn't. He made the core, which also consisted of Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel and a new member named Ezekiel Jackson. The core went nowhere. Then afterwards, he started the Barrett Barrage, feuded with Randy Orton. He was starting to win a lot of matches, like feuded with, but then he mainly started feuding with Orton. Orton made him look good. He just laid him out constantly, beat him in matches, got one up on Randy Orton. But then he lost a tables match to TLC, which didn't hurt him too much because he had gotten the advantage of Orton. But then he actually even was on the team. He even captained a team like Dolph Ziggler, and then went on to win the. But then he went on to be in the Rumble match, got eliminated. They could have had him win there, but he didn't. Lost the Elimination Chamber match for the world title. And then on the night after the Elimination Chamber, I don't know what they were going to do, but they were probably going to do something big with Wade Barrett at WrestleMania 28. I think they were. They have been pushing him. They were going through with him. And he was in this battle royal so they could have the number one contenders to decide who CM Punk's number one contender for the WWE Championship would be. And Wade Barrett had already been eliminated. And then the Big Show took Dolph Ziggler and chucked him over Wade Barrett, and then he ended up getting, I think, an elbow injury. So Wade Barrett was off TV for a while. And then they had these hype videos, though. Like before SummerSlam. You had Wade Barrett hyping up that he's been in Fight Clubs. He's been in Fight Clubs. And he had an opportunity. Sheamus was the world champion. You could have had him attack Sheamus. You could have had him attack maybe Big Show. I know he was a heel, but maybe turn him back, Big Show back to face and have him get revenge on Big Show for injuring him. You could have done something big with Wade Barrett, but you had to come back and have just a ton of squash matches go nowhere. And then then you gave him the Intercontinental title. You have him beat Kofi Kingston. That didn't go anywhere either, and that's a shame. He just went on, never defended it, just hold it. Lost a lot of matches. Lost it to Miz in the pre-show at WrestleMania. Gained it back the next night. Same thing. And then he lost a lot of matches after. Lost the IC title to Curtis Axel. He was in the Money in the Bank. We were hoping he was going to win, but he didn't win. And then he disappeared off TV. Came back as Bad News Barrett. Had the podium. I thought it worked, like I talked about last night. And like I said, won the IC title again. And he was being pushed again, but then Jack Swagger once again ruined it like he ruined Dolph Ziggler. So, like I said, hashtag WWE fire Jack Swagger and on the Birdman. You should be tweeting that as I speak. We need to get Jack Swagger out of the WWE. He's too stiff. He's going to injure everybody. Before you know it, he will injure Bray Wyatt. He's going to injure maybe a fan. Maybe he'll accidentally hit a fan. You don't know. So, hashtag WWE fire Jack Swagger at Owen the Birdman. So then, yeah, Bad News Barrett, that's him. So, yeah, that's why he's number, I think 8, I said. I think Bad News Barrett would be higher if they had booked him a little bit more properly. He would probably be in the top 5 range, but he's number 8, which still is good. And number 7 is Cesaro, I think. No, Bad News Barrett was number 8. Was number 7. Number 6 is Cesaro. I like Cesaro. He gets good wrestling matches out of him. I liked his U.S. title run that he had when he was the U.S. champion. I liked how he was very anti-America. Had a lot of good feuds with like Miz, R-Truth, even though it wasn't the greatest feud, it was still a feud. Made the title look good after Santino was making it look like a joke. Went on, lost the title. He was being, for some odd reason, he was jobbing before WrestleMania. Didn't even get put on WrestleMania. And he lost the title, lost everything. We thought he would be off TV. They built him back up a bit, though, and put him with Deb Cloto and like the Pro America thing, which I thought was weird. Became the tag team with the Real Americans, and he was over. I remember he had a great match when Daniel Bryan had to go through this gauntlet match against Daniel Bryan. It was awesome. Like, amazing matches. Did a lot of good stuff, like the uppercuts. He knows how to make that uppercut look good. I never thought that was an effective move, but when Cesaro does it, I believe it's effective. The same thing, though. He gets the swing. I like it when he does the swing. Awesome. Now he's with Paul Heyman. He actually ended up winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Now he's with Paul Heyman. He's going to take him to the next level, I think. And they're going to really start pushing Cesaro into superstardom, I think. And that's going to be awesome. So that's about it I'll have to say for Cesaro. Number 5. The same one, Kane. The same reason as the other video. Always liked Kane. Always have. The same reason, pretty much, as I said in the beginning. So Kane's at the same spot that he was in. Number 5. So number 4. Roman Reigns. Like I said, I didn't see much of Roman Reigns either. I didn't see much members of the Shield before that now. Came in, and they all did the triple powerbomb, the Shield, and he was always the one that did the powerbomb, and I thought that was good. I became a big fan of Roman Reigns. I always liked him. Like I said, he also won the WWE Tag Team Championships with Seth Rollins at Extreme Rules, and then they ran with them. I became a big fan of Roman Reigns, though, when Survivor Series hit. That's when I think they really started pushing Roman Reigns. I remember going to that show live, and it was Team Shield. It was the Shield and the Real Americans versus the Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, and Rey Mysterio. And the baby faces were eliminated, all the heels, one by one. Dean Ambrose had been out. And then Jack Swagger got out. Cesaro and stuff. Well, he was known as Antonio Cesaro back then. But Roman Reigns came through for everybody. He eliminated 4 out of 5 people on that team. And if it wasn't for Seth Rollins, maybe he could have eliminated more. But he eliminated everybody, pretty much. Everybody but one guy. He eliminated one of the Usos, Rey Mysterio, Goldust, and Cody Rhodes. Awesome. That was awesome. Roman Reigns was the MVP of the team. Just like when an NBA superstar becomes an MVP of their team, I consider Roman Reigns the MVP of that team. But other things I like about Roman Reigns is he has the size, too, to become... He looks like that he has like the size that the WWE is going to want, so they really are going to push him. And I think people underestimate Roman Reigns, too. They think that he can't talk. They think that he can't wrestle that well. I think they underestimate him. I've seen some good matches out of Roman Reigns. Some of his promos aren't the best, I'll admit. But I think Roman Reigns can cut good promos. Like his promos, I will admit, aren't the best, but they're passable. They're good promos. And they're going to get better. I noticed he never really had to talk a lot when he was in the Shield. So maybe now that he's going to have the practice, he's going to get better as the time goes on. And then he went on to the Royal Rumble match. And he beat Kane's record of eliminating 11 in Superstars. Like they said he eliminated 12. So Roman Reigns now has the record. Went on. And then he just went on with the Shield. And now he's in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match. So I think that's good, and I think he's gonna have this big push now that he don't have now. He's gonna go on feud with Triple H and have a match with him at SummerSlam and beat him at SummerSlam. A match I want to see though at WrestleMania 31 is John Cena versus Roman Reigns. John Cena the champion, and I want to see John Cena pass the torch to Roman Reigns, that he's the next big guy in this company. I think that would be awesome. Number 3, Brock Lesnar. Um, I like Brock Lesnar. The thing I like about him most is his intensity. He's awesome, destructive monster. They always make him look like a monster, and if they don't, he always will make himself look like a monster. And sometimes when he freaks out, he freaks out. He goes off on everybody. He looks like a monster, and he is the monster. He also makes the WWE awesome. He makes it feel like the TV-14 feel. When you have the blood. I remember when he came back and fought John Cena, even though this wasn't supposed to happen. He got John Cena busted open, and it wasn't safe, but at least it was good. It was interesting. I thought that was okay. I thought that was pretty good. We hadn't seen blood in a wrestling match really for a long time. We had seen bits and pieces of it, but they really beat the crap out of each other that night. Um, there's always something intense about his match. He always will do stuff like really intense. He also conquered the streak, so that's why it's greatest superstar of all time right there. If you conquer the streak, maybe it would go Undertaker, Bruno Sammartino, then Brock Lesnar. That's how I would rank them. And I think Brock Lesnar I think he just makes the company overall better. He increases pay-per-view buys. I think you should try to get Brock Lesnar to some of your smaller pay-per-views because it would really increase those pay-per-view buys. Get him on like a Hell in a Cell or something like that. Put him in a cell match. You can get some good stuff out of that. Now let's get to number 2. So this is I have Bray Wyatt, and I like his character. I remember him being Husky Harris in the Nexus, and he never really did anything. I never thought he had potential, and now you look at him now. He's Bray Wyatt. I remember the Wyatt family when they cut these video vignettes, and I was actually looking forward to seeing these guys. I was like, I want to see these guys debut, and they did, and they attacked Kane. They made Kane look like a monster. Bray Wyatt's is good, and he had a good match with Kane. Bray Wyatt, to be honest with you, can cut good promos too. I like the video vignette that pops up before they come out. Love Bray Wyatt's entrance. I love his, like I said, his promos, his crazy promos. He makes them work. I like his matches. I think his matches are more based on psychology than the in-win work itself. I think he's good at psychology. If I had to pick the one that's actually good at wrestling, that would be Luke Harper. So I think Bray Wyatt's got the good psychology. He can do great. I like when he does that exorcism walk. And he ends up running with that. I've seen it in a movie advertisement before, and everyone thinks that it's ripping off that. The difference is I actually think that's better. Him doing it is better than that movie. Let me tell you why. I don't know the name of the movie, but I bet they've done it in other movies now. The difference is it's probably all technology. They all have this technology. It's all rigged. Bray Wyatt's actually doing this. And for a guy his size to be doing this, that athletic, awesome stuff. I also like his finisher, Sister Abigail. And he's really worked up. Had a good match with Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston. His matches with Cena, I will admit, weren't the best. I think the kind of John Cena feuds brought his credibility down a little bit. But other than that, I think Bray Wyatt's great, and he's also going to be in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match, so that's good. My number 1 favorite guy today is Daniel Bryan. I've always been a Daniel Bryan fan. Before the S Chance. He wasn't my number 1 guy. I've always liked Daniel Bryan. I liked him when I first saw him wrestle Chris Jericho in NXT, and it was a surprisingly good match. I wasn't expecting Daniel Bryan to take it to Chris Jericho like he did, but he did. And I thought that was awesome. And then he went on, and he would just... I think they should have booked him a little bit better in NXT, because he lost every match. And he looked like a joke in it. Didn't have a good pro. I think you should have done something with him. If anything, you should have made CM Punk his pro since they knew each other from the Indies, but he didn't do that. I also liked, and then they eliminated him first. It was like, what? You should have, if anything, if he was gonna be eliminated, he should have come down to him and Wade Barrett in NXT. I think that should have been good. And then he came back at the Nexus, and then that was back when they had when the PGA was really strict, and he ended up getting fired for choking Justin Roberts with his tie, Justin Roberts tie. And then the fans signed a petition. I didn't know about the petition, so I didn't sign it, but I really wanted Daniel Bryan to come back. I thought it was stupid. He got fired. He came back at SummerSlam, which WWE.com spoiled, and was on the Team WWE Team Nexus match. And he went on with that feud with Miz because they feuded because they didn't see eye to eye. And he ended up beating Miz for the U.S. title. I think he could have ran with the title a little bit more. He should have given him a feud with CM Punk for the title. That would have been good. And then lost it to Sheamus. He talked about how in his documentary that 2011 wasn't his best year, and it kind of wasn't. He lost a lot before he won the Money in the Bank, which was awesome that he won the Money in the Bank. It was like that good underdog moment. And he kind of lost a lot then, but then he went on, beat Big Show for the world title. And that's when the S chant started. It was just supposed to be like this annoying heel thing, but he ended up working for him, and he ended up holding good matches with the title, getting under people's skin. I remember he was dating AJ Lee at the time, and he would get under her skin, kind of act like a bad boyfriend. And then I think something that really boosted him too was when he lost to Sheamus at WrestleMania 28, which shouldn't have happened. In 8 seconds, I think. It's 18 seconds. And then everyone was pissed. They wanted Daniel Bryan to continue to get pushed, and he did. He feuded with Sheamus, then he feuded with Punk, then you put him with Kane, like I talked about. He was with Team Hell No. He was comedy, and he ended up changing his catchphrases. He was called Goatface. He got the No chant going. That was good. And then he broke away from Kane, and he really started. His yes chants were starting to die down, but then they came back up. He beat Randy Orton. He went on to beat John Cena, I think, clean in the middle of the ring at SummerSlam. And then he just went on this awesome authority feud. I think they should have kept him in it the whole time before WrestleMania. They should have had him win the Rumble. He even got like a crowd chant when it was supposed to be about John Cena and Randy Orton when they had the championship thing going on. And he was in the ring. They had all the former World and WWE champions in there. And Daniel Bryan was in there, and they were all cheering for him. And when the Royal Rumble came, once Rey Mysterio came out, everybody booed. Nobody cared. The crowd was dead. Batista was hated, mainly because of the CM Punk situation. But I wonder if Batista would have gotten hated because Daniel Bryan won the Rumble. And then they used that in the storyline. Then he became the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And now he's injured, which sucks. And he's going to be at the pay-per-view. I hope he gets the title back right when he comes back. Have the person that wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship ladder match lose to Daniel Bryan. Have Daniel Bryan winning off them, and then he can hold it. I think he was supposed to have like the CM Punk title reign that he got, but it didn't happen. And that's about it. I also like that you can cut some good promos too. And his in-win matches, I get into every one of his matches, like his matches with Cena, Orton, Cesaro, Punk, Kane. They have those two tear it up. Bray Wyatt, those two tore it up. Luke Harper, wow. His match with Eric Rowan wasn't bad. I mean, any man, he could get anyone to a good match. He reminds me of kind of Chris Benoit, so I like that. So I really like Daniel Bryan. I think once he comes back, he's going to be the future star again. So that's about it. For the redo of this video, is a little longer than last time, but oh well. I'm going to go through, I'll list them off again for you. And I'll talk to you. So I'll actually name the people again who was on the last list. So that's changed. So number 10 last time was Kofi Kingston. This time number 10 was Dean Ambrose. Number 9 was Sheamus. This time it was Dolph Ziggler. Sheamus didn't even make my list this time. Neither did Kofi Kingston. Number 8 last time was Zack Ryder. and now it's Seth Rollins, number 8. And Zack Ryder's not even on my list this time either. Number 7 last time was Chris Jericho, but since he's not in the company right now, he didn't make my list. So Bad News Barrett's now on number 7. Number 6 was Cesaro. Well, no, number 6 last time was Rey Mysterio. But now it's Cesaro. I don't even know if Cesaro was in the company yet or if he was just starting out. I'm not sure. Number 5 is the only one that stayed the same. It was Kane. Awesome. I think that's good that one didn't change. That Kane has kept me interested all this year. I guess I would say the only thing now about Kane that I didn't like, maybe that he did stay at number 5 was when he was corporate Kane and when he was in the Authority storyline. That's the only thing I didn't like about Kane. Number 4. I think number 4 last time was Triple H, but I forgot to mention it. But number 4 this time was Roman Reigns, so that's changed. Triple H didn't even make my top 10 this time either. A lot of the guys that were on the last list didn't make this list. Number 3 last time was The Rock. This time it was his cousin. The guy that beat him at SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar, who sounds like Rock. I read the wrong name. That's changed. I don't know why I think Brock Lesnar didn't make my last list because he just didn't. I don't know why he didn't, but he didn't. Number 2 last time was Undertaker. Undertaker is, I think, still is in the company, but I think he's done wrestling this year. He would have been number 1, but yeah, I just didn't really want to put him in this list. I thought he's pretty much retired, so I think he shouldn't make this list. This time it was Bray Wyatt. I really like Bray Wyatt, so. And number 1 was. Last time was John Cena. This time it's Daniel Bryan. I don't know why I put John Cena number 1 in the last list. Daniel Bryan's the right fit for this list, and that's about it. So maybe some honorable mentions that I wanted to put in this list is I wanted to put Goldust because I like his character. Cody Rhodes because I like him. I've always liked him. I like the stuff that he's done in the company. He would have made this list if the WWE had used him a little bit more properly. Luke Harper. But he moved down because of Roman Reigns and stuff. But I like the stuff he can do, how he can just do dives outside the ring. Those are some honorable mentions I should just mention. But that's pretty much it for this video, my 500th video. Like I said, thank you for everyone that subscribed to this channel, and I appreciate it. I really do. And like I said, I still we'll make videos even if I don't get enough subscribers. But we'll see what happens. But that's pretty much it, guys. All I have to say is subscribe to this channel, Wrestling Fortune 44. Subscribe to CM Brothers. We're going to make a comeback. I don't know when we're going to make a comeback because we were supposed to make one a couple weeks ago, but then Adam didn't come over. It's been all weird lately. I don't think we're going to make one this weekend either because I'm going to be busy this weekend. So he probably is going to come over. I will ask him when he wants to make the comeback. I think maybe we'll make it after I get back from my trip from North Carolina. You can subscribe to Owen the Talkinator. I'm trying to get that channel going again, but haven't had the time really either. I've been working. Wrestling's on so much that I don't really have the time to make the video. So I'm going to try to get that channel going again too. And you can subscribe to CM Live Reactions. I am going to be making a live reactions after I get back from my North Carolina trip. Because I finally got my laptop back, but I don't want to just make them then be gone. I want to just make them when I can. And I will try to make as many as I can possible after I get back from North Carolina. You can add me, Owen Finch, as a friend on Facebook. That's where you're going to see all the North Carolina pictures. You also see some other stuff. You can add Owen Finch. You see some mainly wrestling stuff on that Facebook. You mainly see wrestling posts. You mainly see wrestling pictures. Owen the Talkinator, you see all the non-wrestling stuff. Non-wrestling pictures, non-wrestling posts. Adam Finch, you will see posts from me and Adam. Follow me on Twitter. You can do that. And like I said many times, let's get Jack Swagger out of the WWE. So I want you to tweet at hashtag WWE Fire Jack Swagger at Owen the Birdman. You can add me on Snapchat, Birdman105. We can't really talk on Snapchat, but we can send pictures to each other if you want. You can do Instagram. It's like Finch Owen or something like that. To be honest with you, it was connected through Facebook, so the name is really weird. But you can also do that, and you get a lot of my Instagram pictures from wrestling. My prom pictures are on there, all that stuff. My graduation pictures, all that good stuff. Same thing about the Facebook stuff, by the way, too. Anything else? Add me on Xbox Live, Wrestling Fan 44. I have games like the WWE games. I have GTA 5, which stands for Grand Theft Auto 5, and Call of Duty Ghost. I just played it yesterday. I'm not good at it at all. For the first time playing. To be honest with you, I like Black Ops 2 better, but it's just my opinion. That's about it. All I have to say is now, peace out, and I will be back to do my NXT review tomorrow. I might be making a WWE 2K14 Let's Play tomorrow also, but that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.